And Joe Henry has been doing awesome. Like I beat him a couple times, but he beat me and he won the title. And I patted him on the back and I shook his hand. I said, "Damn it, tonight you were better than me, but in no world are you ever going to be better than me." And at this point, we were rooting for him as the champion because he has all the downloads, he gets the clicks on social media, iTunes, everything you can think of, except for the effing pro wrestling part where he didn't back it up. He went above and beyond to go to do other company shows, and for the most part backed it up. And in this one case, because of him not being able to back it up in the ring, someone who doesn't work in TNA is the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And
What's up, you guys? Welcome back into iHeartRadio's official wrestling podcast, the Battleground Podcast. And man, it is an exciting time. You got TNA Against All Odds coming up here June 6th at a great name for an arena, the Mullett Arena in Arizona. And joining us today, we got the Nemeth brothers joining us. We got Brian, we got Nick. Guys, how are you doing? Excuse me, hold on. Let me go back. We have the TNA World Tag Team Champions, the Nemeth brothers. There we go. There's the proper intro.
My title is right there. Oh, I'm crushing its head. I'm crushing it.
So things are going great for the Nemeth brothers. All right, TNA is on a hot streak, and it's in large part due to the Nemeth. And we are the champs now. I pinned Jeff Hardy, and the Nemeths are the World Tag Team Champions. So things are going really great for us.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you got some hardware. It's probably a little bit harder for you to go through the airports now. So let's talk about Against All Odds coming up here on June 6th. What can fans expect from that night, especially with you guys?
First and foremost, I was told that it's like the first time in 12 or 13 years that TNA is going to be in Tempe, Arizona, which is awesome. Currently, I reside in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area, so it's like 15 minutes for me. This is going to be awesome. I'm going to have lots of friends and family in the crowd, so I'm actually excited. Ryan, another West Coast guy, California, we'll both be here running the weekend, and I'm looking forward to hopefully we get another tag title defense. No matter what we do, we're going to go out there and steal the show and do what we do best, but we're just getting rocking and rolling as a tag team, and we're just feeling it out and just been coming up with big win after big win, but most importantly, the roster that we have. And who knows who's going to show up. You don't know who's going to show up on Tuesday nights on NXT from TNA. You don't know who from NXT is going to show up for us those nights for TNA in Arizona. So it could be anything. But we got an awesome roster. The women have been rocking and rolling, and the tag team division's been rocking and rolling. And we just keep adding more and more. We'll take it on anybody, anytime, and we'll back it up in the ring because we're in the middle of cementing our legacy.
Yeah.
Well, you said what to expect. You don't know what to expect at any time, especially now that we know that someone from a different company can come and challenge for and win a TNA title. That puts targets on our back we didn't know we had. I mean, there's how many other large rosters out there who all want a piece of TNA. But that's the testament of TNA, which is hot, and they all want to be a piece of it.
Right. So I guess initial thoughts of Trick Williams becoming the new TNA World Champion?
I've been going first on this and pretty pissed off about it. So, Ryan, maybe you go first.
Yeah, maybe I'll do my easy one first. It's just what I said, which is now you have to be aware that there's tag teams in TNA that want these titles, and there's teams from apparently anywhere. So you just got to be ready for it. We're not looking to go show off somewhere else, but if they want to come to get a taste, got it. Nick has a little more passionate view on this.
Especially as a former TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, that's. I mean, even if I wasn't, I'd be pissed off. But knowing the hard work that goes into being a world champion, knowing what it takes, knowing that you have to back it up every single night, and so if we're gonna talk about the good things with TNA, how every week we get a few more butts and seats, we get more sellouts, more people showing up to our shows, more people getting the word out. And Joe Henry has been doing awesome. Like I beat him a couple times, but he beat me and he won the title. And I patted him on the back and I shook his hand. I said, "Damn it, tonight you were better than me, but in no world are you ever going to be better than me." And at this point, we were rooting for him as the champion because he has all the downloads, he gets the clicks on social media, iTunes, everything you can think of, except for the effing pro wrestling part where he didn't back it up. He went above and beyond to go to do other company shows, and for the most part backed it up. And in this one case, because of him not being able to back it up in the ring. Someone who doesn't work in TNA is the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And I just remember this because I host Busted Open on Sirius XM, and we had Frankie Kazarian on. And I was right now behind the scenes. I don't say this too much in public, but behind the scenes, for the last year or so, I said Frankie's doing some of the best work I've ever seen him do, character-wise, and backing it up in the ring. He looks like $1 million. He looks like a star and backs it up. And I said, this guy has never been TNA World Heavyweight Champion. He's been close, he's been almost there, and he's never had it. And now someone like Joe Hendry, who gets to go and do his entrance, lost that world title to someone who's like, what a slap in the face that is to all of us. But like, especially someone like Frankie, who's been here for so many years, associated with TNA, doesn't get handouts, doesn't get patted on the back. We need to pat some people on the back every once in a while for all the hard work they do. And Frankie's one of those guys. He's kicking ass, man. And I just, like, that bothers me that someone who does it, like Trick Williams, hey man, he's awesome. He's a young up and comer, but he's not even on a main roster for the company he works for. And he's now our world champion, and we got to deal with that shit. That pisses me off. And now I think when we do come to Tempe next week, we have to have like a company meeting or a team meeting and go, hey man, we patted you on the back and publicly we all were behind you when you did the positive stuff, but you lost this title for us. So now either someone's got to kick the shit out of you back here and let you know, or we got to come up with something to where you win that title back or somebody else does. So you get off your ass, and maybe for a couple weeks, we'll skip the iTunes and the cute faces and the turnarounds, and maybe you got to learn how to be a world champion wrestler who backs it up and wins that title back. So go get it back. And if you get it back, hey, it happens. We all lose. For 19 years, I lost 8,000 times, and I'm way more better than that shit. And when someone loses one night, that happens. You have a bad night, but you go get that back and you win the respect back of the locker room. Until then, someone who doesn't work here is our world champion, and that pisses me off.
And I think you hinted on that too. I mean, so locker room life for Joe Hendry is not going to be very smooth for the next little bit, right? I mean, this was a company sin, really. This wasn't just the Nemeth brothers upset. This was a TNA sin, kind of.
I mean, wouldn't you be? I don't understand. Like,
oh yeah. It'd be the equivalent of,
care.
I guess, people when they get upset when like a Logan Paul comes in and wins a belt or something, you know,
it's not even that. At least he came in. Yeah, it's different. Like, he didn't come into WWE as being a YouTuber and then go win the AEW world title. That's not what happened. It's so absurd to me. So, and by the way, this relationship is what Ryan touched on. I love that any Tuesday or any Thursday, you can get this different company showing up. And by the way, we're fighting champions. We'll back that shit up. We will back it up. No matter who shows up, we'll take them on because we're trying to cement a legacy. And it's been very fruitful for both sides. WWE, NXT, TNA, it's been awesome. We're in the fight of our life, getting bigger and better, and we're helping them out and they're helping us out. It is a beautiful time to be a wrestling fan. But there just has to be something like it. I love focusing on the positives, but if you don't focus on any negatives, you'll never get better and grow. So we need to pull his ass aside and say, hey man, cute song that you made, but now you got to be good at wrestling, or you got to find a way to get these titles back. So I think if he gets another shot, maybe he gets it back, and that's great because we all lose. That happens. I've been there. But we need someone like him or someone else to come out on top and bring that damn thing home to us so we can at least have a champion that is in our company. Respect Trick Williams? Hell yeah. I don't have to respect him yet. I don't know him. But I do because he can do some shit that's awesome. He's great, and he's going to be good for 20 more years. I'm mad about the situation of our guy losing our title.
Right.
Yeah. And I think, going back to what you said about Frankie as a guy, when you think of, TNA, Impact, all that stuff, you think of those flag bearers like an AJ, a Samoa Joe. Frankie Kazarian's name is up there anytime you mention the legacy of TNA and Impact. And it's just baffling, like you said, that he hasn't won the title yet. He's came close, but he hasn't won that title. And I think if anybody's going to dethrone Trick, it's got to be Frankie.
Wow. It could be. It really could be. I don't care who
Ryan
it is
that dethrones him.
I genuinely don't care. It's a cool viral moment, I guess, for the title. But when it comes to being there every day after day as a fighting talent, I don't care about the viral moments. I know they help the company grow and they help get eyes on the product, and I respect it. But now that part is over with. Now it's time for someone to bring that title back home to us. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Santana. I don't care if it's Frankie. I don't care if it's Joe winning it back. Get that damn thing back here because I'm proud of the roster and all the work everyone's done. We just need to have a champion that works here.
Absolutely. And you talk about champions that do work there. The Nemeth brothers are the World Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. Let's see that belt again. There it is. So, let's talk about that because as brothers and tag team partners, how do you balance that family relationship, but also with your professional collaboration inside the ring?
Well, we've had a lot of experience working together in, every other facet of entertainment. This is the first time we're getting a chance to really work together as a team.
Which is surprising, really, when you look at it.
It's wild, right?
Yeah.
We've been trying to get it to happen in one company or another for so long. It's kind of like, is this ever happening? Will it happen? And who's going to put it together? And that's the magic of TNA right there, is this thing that, we and a lot of people wanted to see for so long in some version somewhere. It's happening on this show only. That's where it is going down. So I think that's very cool. I love it.
Yeah. So one thing we recently were talking about with some other talent we had on was kind of the combination of this was more geared towards the combination of wrestling and music and how the influence of music and wrestling converge. And we just saw the spot over the weekend where they played Bodies over the arena and everyone went crazy and everything. So, so you guys have obviously branched out into different forms of entertainment and stuff like that. How do these creative outlets complement or, contrast your wrestling career? I mean, do you find more creative juices when you spread out your wings, so to speak?
No, I thought this would be Ryan, but I'll go first.
Yeah, you're right. You're both creative.
Well, that's the thing. Like, even whether you are or aren't, it is cool when you can have that inspiration and have those. Like, there's oh man, what's the first thing popped in my head? That Limp Bizkit song that reminds me of Rock and Stone Cold either going to SummerSlam or WrestleMania or something.
Yeah,
My Way or the Highway. Like, it's almost like a cool Limp Bizkit song, but when that plays, the hair raises up on my arm because no matter how much of a bitter, emboldened veteran I am now, there's still those moments that you remember when you're a kid that goes, doom, and it's starting and you can just picture them facing off and then it's like, yeah, and it goes into a stunner and it's like there's stuff like that I go, I'll never forget that part, and it relates to it so much. Eye of the Tiger with Rocky, that kind of stuff, like you relate that to it. So when you have those moments they bring such joy and you're like, oh man, it takes you back. I love that happens. That's the last remaining part of me that's still a fan. And even then, when I get in the ring, I turn that shit off and I'm down there to fight somebody. But when it comes down to it, like when you have those moments that it triggers memories, that makes me really, I love that. That's the best. And you said Bodies, like Let the Bodies Hit the Floor, that song?
Yep.
Oh, so it's like, yeah, like that's another one where sometimes people karaoke that randomly and you're like, oh yeah. And it just, boom, you're thinking wrestling. It just goes to show the power of wrestling and how it is branching out everywhere you go. But it's a badass song either way.
Yeah. And I think back to, like, you were talking about that Limp Bizkit. I saw Limp Bizkit. So a few weeks back, we had Metallica in town, and night one was Pantera, Suicidal Tendencies, and Metallica. And then night two was Ice Nine Kills, Limp Bizkit, and Metallica. And as soon as My Way came on, like, I just went back to that kid moment. And as soon as that one part was like, yeah, and I just thought of that whole promo package in my head. And I'm like, am I nerding out? Am I like, my two worlds are combining right now, and it's the greatest thing ever. But, looking ahead, let's kind of, because I know we're getting close to the end of wrapping this up. Looking ahead, I mean, both you guys tag team champions. What are your aspirations within TNA, both individually and as a tag team? And are there any specific goals or maybe milestones you're aiming to achieve before the end of 2025?
My big milestone is winning the tag team titles. So we did that kind of, and I had up
so we're just going to run it until the contracts are up. Yeah, that's it.
It's downhill from here. Yeah.
Otherwise, I see the whole opportunity with TNA at all for me as a place to finally have it presented to me. Oh, you think you're so good? You think people should watch? Here you go. Give it a shot. So I feel like I'm on this journey to prove myself to somebody, or I'm on some never-ending audition to prove that, I am awesome. Awesome, and here we are, awesome together.
That'd be a good reigning audition. That would be good. Yeah. So I do have this quick question. And I just lost it. Actually, it's a battle of you.
All right, here's your question.
Right.
And
briefs, all black.
It was rolling out of my mouth. I don't even remember.
All right, here we go.
Audition. Shout out to SAG-AFTRA.
There you go.
There we go. Now, I mean, props to the jacket, though. I mean, that thing pops. So it says Hollywood Hunk. Does anything on the back of it?
Oh, you better believe there is.
Flex it, show it off, show it off.
Little spoiler here, that some version of that logo is probably going to be on a T-shirt for us for TNA pretty soon. So
that was my next question: was
Exclusive.
when are we going to get that on a T-shirt, or are they going to sell that jacket like the TNA tracksuits?
it might be a little bit of both because these jackets are awesome. I love wearing them to the ring, but I've been wearing them around without going to work because I just like them so much. So we got a couple different versions of these, and we may be bringing these to you also. But first and foremost, let's get some T-shirts out. We're the World Tag Team Champions. We're teaming up legitimately for the first time ever, basically. So we finally get to start doing some stuff like this. We'll back it up in the ring. And also at TNAmerch.com or whatever. We back it up out there too.
Absolutely. Now, real quick before I let you go, I want to fast forward to September 7th. It'll be 1 o'clock Eastern, noon o'clock Central. The Browns versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Who is going to be the starting quarterback day one?
I don't know. Can Bernie play? Can Bernie can he play?
Please.
I know we have 7 quarterbacks under contract at the moment, so
more before preseason starts.
Just to cover our bases, my goodness, I don't know, man. I feel like we got Sanders on a deal, though. We got a nice little deal. He was supposed to be first round, second round, then like 600,000th pick. So for once, we got like we didn't go, let's give him unquestioned $250 million and then just figure it out later because we did that already. So we'll see how that goes. But I don't know who the quarterback is going to be, but last year the Browns were predicted by Vegas to go 9-8 or 10-7, and they went 3-14. And this year they're predicted to go 4-13. So it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. We're gonna follow them and we're gonna be there. I always get to 1 or 2 games no matter what, and I'll probably go to Vegas to watch them play the Raiders. But damn it, I don't think it matters who the quarterback is. Maybe in a couple of years, but we've been saying that every year since I was a kid.
Maybe we'll get one of those donkeys who can play football, and then
like from the Disney movie, like Kurt Russell comes in with like a field goal kicking donkey, and that's maybe. Is there like a new Air Bud we could get? Maybe
There you go. Yeah.
we'll get an Air Bud that'll be a quarterback on there. There'll be 7 guys that go down with a calf strain, and then it'll be like, can you play? Like we're gonna find out. And they'll be like, there's nowhere in the rules that says a dog can't play. And they'll be like, yeah there actually is. Like, oh, okay.
Trust me, I know that feeling as a Titans fan. So we've been through quarterbacks and we tried to figure things out.
But come on. We were 0-16. We were 0-16 and we had a parade because we couldn't have a parade about anything else. Because we were like, you know what? We had a perfect season in the wrong way. Let's have a parade because we haven't had one in 70 years. So, you kind of understand, but come on.
I mean, we were the worst team in the league last year and we're getting a brand new stadium. So, I mean...
We were second worst team in the league last year, and without the city, they're going ahead with a brand new stadium anyway. So, we're in an upside-down world, which is fine and great. But it is hard to be a Browns fan, but damn it, I've been one my whole life, and I'm going to stick it out. And one of these times, it's going to come through, and we're going to win. So, let's go Cleveland.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? I don't want to take up too much of your time, so we're going to wrap this up. Before we let you go, anything you want to say to the fans that are watching or listening to this right now?
Fans know that I have a black eye from Leon Slater.
You didn't want to mention it. We
didn't want to bring it up. We don't want to address the elephant in the room, but
that's the unpleasant part of being champions is that everyone's gunning for you, even random tag team Matt Hardy and Leon Slater. And this is what he's willing to do for it. That piece of what.
Whoa, language.
We're the best. We beat the Hardys. We beat everybody.
We're the tag champs, and we got another big show. Like every week, we get another big Impact or another big pay-per-view, or even like Against All Odds coming up in Tempe, to where we get 100 more people out there, and then the next week it's another 100, and then at UBS Arena for Slammiversary, there might be 7,000, 8,000, 10,000 people. We don't know, but we know the momentum is there. The obvious relationship with NXT and WWE is through the roof and doing great wonders for both sides and everybody. We welcome all takers. Let's go. Let's rock and roll TNA.